Alright, so to address the lighting real fast before we get into the video, I where I'm at, there's just a massive rainstorm going on. It's killing the lighting, so I'm doing what I can at the moment. Anyway, getting back on topic. Yesterday I did a video talking about, like, since the Warhammer 40k show is coming, I talked a video about who would I cast as the Primarchs, and the other day, I mean that day of that video, I also said I had in mind doing a second part, which would involve other like famous characters from the Warhammer universe. So yeah, this is that video. As always, I'm not the best at casting. I try my best, but I openly admit I'm not the best guy or the go-to guy for casting in movies. But I will totally say this was fun. And I'm not saying this is the definitive list or whatever. I'm just saying, like, these are who I'd like to see. And as always, you guys tell me in the comments below, who would you cast for these characters? And it's a little easier for some because you can just use the voice. Like, this one's a little easy. Like, this one is slightly easier because some of them are voice roles. But there are, like, characters that would, like, need, like, makeup aside to be these characters in person. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. Starting off, we're gonna do the best Necrons first, because, you know, your boy's a Necron fan. Anyway, starting off with my boy Trazyn. So who would I have as Trazyn the Infinite? Now, before, I always said, like, Jeffrey Combs was kind of the voice I imagined for the character, but there's one actor I think could voice him and also, like, do the body, like, if they do motion capture, I think he could do it too. That is David Tennant. David Tennant would totally capture Trazyn the Infinite's just body language as well as vocal range, that kind of absolute snark he has, but also be threatening, because I think people forget how threatening Trazyn can be. So Tennant could easily play the role of the snarky know-it-all asshole because he was the Doctor, and Trazyn Trazyn's like needs like someone with a sly, superior voice to him. So I really do think Trazyn the Infinite, David Tennant would be great for Trazyn the Infinite. Next up, you can't have Trazyn without Oricon the Divinator. And my pick for Oricon the Divinator is actually Ian McKellen. The reason why I pick Ian McKellen is because I always imagine Oricon, because he considers himself as like an older Necron. He's basically the old wise man with a lot of malicious intent behind him. So Ian McKellen can only play like old and wise, but also downright malicious. So I really think he would give Oricon a level of like. I think he would definitely give Oricon that kind of like sage like voice you would need for a character like that. Now we come to Illuminor Caesaris. Illuminor Caesaris was a little harder, but this is one where I think you can just do full voice. And for that, I picked Peter Dinklage. Everybody knows who Peter Dinklage is. The reason why I picked Peter Dinklage is because he's really good at voicing villains. He is downright good at voicing villains. And while you can make arguments for Trazyn and Oricon that they're more anti-hero than they are villain, Illuminor is a straight-up monster. He is a straight-up sinister monster. And I think you need someone who can give that kind of level of sinister to the character. I really do think that you need someone who can like vocalize that this is someone you don't want to mess with. And Dinklage, I think, would be perfect for it. And finally, to round out, because we're not going to do the Silent King because, well, he's silent, but the last character I'm going to have on that side is Emotech the Stormlord. And my pick for Emotech the Stormlord is Coleman Domingo. Coleman Domingo, most of you guys would know best as like he voiced Unicron. He's been in Candyman, the requel, and the guy's really solid. And again, he carries a level of authority to his voice, which I think you need for the Stormlord. So also he's good at like just giving like a very powerful vocal performance. So Coleman Domingo would be my pick for Emotech. Now we come to the Prophet of Dawar, the leader of the boys. And that is Gazgathal Mac Uruk Thraka. Now, this one was pretty easy. Like, straight up. Andy Serkis. Like really, this one was pretty easy. Andy Serkis is what should 100. I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, Andy Serkis should be like a Primarch or another character. I'm like, no, he would give so like the vocal range that Serkis has, and also the motion capture you would need to showcase Gazgathol. You need someone like that. You absolutely 100% need someone who's not only done like motion capture, but also has a great vocal range to them, and someone who can really give that kind of like Cockney brutal accent and carry it. So, also, could you just imagine Andy Serkis going, "Whoa"? So, yeah, he should want to like. That's one of those like Andy Serkis should 100% be Gazgathol. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he should absolutely be Gazgathol. There's literally no one else I can see him as. Anyway, now we come to Eldrad. Eldrad, this is the guy I said for one actor I would carry to here, and that is Austin Butler. Austin Butler is my pick. Yeah, he's my pick for Eldrad, because you need someone who can be powerful but also carry that wise visage to them. And Butler, I think, is really good at it. So, and also, I think he's definitely got like that space elf kind of look to him. You know what I mean? He's definitely got that like, yeah, you should play an elf. I know a lot of people said like Butler should play like Sanguinius or even Conrad or Corvus. I kind of like, nah, he should be Eldrad. He just I think he could definitely carry the. Even though I look young, I'm centuries and centuries old, and I have tons of wisdom to me. So absolutely 100%. I think he would make a great Eldrad. Next up, we have Yvraine. Yvraine was a little hard because there were a few actresses, and there was one I thought I had, and then I thought of another one. I was like, oh no, this one would be perfect. And that is Eva Green, who most of you guys would know best. She's played Artemisia in that 300 sequel. She's done Penny Dreadful. She's a very good actress. She's also really good with, she's not afraid to show skin. She's really not afraid to show skin, which I don't think you need for Yvraine. But yeah, the reason why I picked Yvraine is because you need someone who can carry not only being beautiful, but also someone who can carry being like authoritative as well as like there's a seductiveness to her. Like there's this like her words sound like honey. And I think people forget, like, I know the memes always kind of ruin us on, she's just Gilliman's fuck toy, or, Gilliman's GF or whatever. It's more than that. Yvraine has a lot, she's actually incredibly intelligent. She's also, she tries to think ahead, unless you count that god-awful, book that just destroyed her story arc. Thanks, GW. Yvraine, I think you need someone who can carry that, and Eva Green has shown that she can convey not only like being authoritative, but also being like beautiful and whatnot. Her words almost sound like honey. So, yep, Eva Green's my pick for Yvraine. Next up, we have Caiaphas Cain, hero of the Imperium. Now, I know I've said, Bruce Campbell should be Caiaphas Cain. He's usually the voice I think of. But the thing is, Bruce Campbell's sadly getting on in years, and you still need, a youngish man to play Caiaphas Cain. So I thought about it, who could be it? And this one's going to be an out-there pick, but hear me out. Chris Pine is my pick for Caiaphas Cain. The reason being I picked him as Caiaphas Cain is because Chris Pine is really good at playing both the hero and the idiot. And what is Caiaphas Cain? The hero and the idiot. That is literally what he is. You need someone to play Cain, because I think, again, memes have ruined that Cain is just a big coward, which he kind of is, but Cain actually cares about his those under his command, and when the moment calls for it, he will jump into battle. I think people forget that from the book. In the books, he's actually he does have those nut up or shut up moments. So I think, and again, he can still play the fool and the coward sometimes. So I think Chris Pine, again, going back, like, we've seen him play both the hero in Captain Kirk and the absolute fucking moron making things up as he goes along from Dungeons and Dragons. In fact, it was because of those two roles from both Dungeons and Dragons and Chris Pine, it's the actor, and playing Kirk. God, I need more sleep. That was the reason why I chose Chris Pine to play Caiaphas Cain. He's my pick for Caiaphas Cain. Anyway, moving on now to Minka Lesk. Minka Lesk is a female guardsman from Acadian Guardsmen. Her books are really cool. They really kind of convey that boots on the ground kind of feel that you need for guardsman books. So my pick for her is Lauren Lavera, who all of you would know best as the final girl from the Terrifier movies. Lavera really is a physical actress. She's done stunt work. She's actually trained in hand-to-hand combat. And she's a damn good actress. She can really carry, like, emotional outbursts. She can carry, like, being emotional, but also switch back to being the fighter real fast. I think she's really underrated in that regard. And you need someone to, like, convey that, hey, I'm just human, but I'm gonna fight the force of the ruinous powers with a las gun in hand and with enough foul words to make even an orc blush. So Lauren Lavera, I think, would be really cool. I think she's my pick for Minka Lesk. Anyway, next up, Karn the Betrayer. So Karn, this one was pretty easy. Dave Bautista. And I know it's kind of that seems like a basic bitch pick, but Bautista's really good at, not only physicality and also just being the wrathful guy, but also he's really fucking good at playing emotional parts. And Karn, again, going back to the books, Karn is a lot more depth to him than just being the champion of Khorne. With all the shit that went on with his father and everything that else that happened to a Legion and himself, I think Bautista would be great at conveying both as Karn. So yeah. Next up, we have Gregor Eisenhorn. Now, Gregor was a tough one to figure out. Like, Gregor was kind of one that really made me go, damn, I can't really think of anyone for Gregor. But then I thought of this guy and went, oh shit, that's actually a great shot. That's actually a great pick. My pick for Gregor Eisenhorn is Tom Hardy. And the reason why I picked Tom Hardy, I know a lot of people make fun of him for Venom and whatnot, but he's still a damn good actor. And the role that made me go, yeah, he should be Eisenhorn, is his show Taboo. The show he was in, Taboo, he plays like a cultist who is... he plays like this occultist, but also dark and serious. And Gregor, I think just watching him in Taboo and thinking about that show made me go, yeah, he'd actually be really good as Eisenhorn, because you need someone who can match that kind of like steely reserve, but also just menace. Because Gregor is kind of fucking scary, even though he is kind of throughout the book series, you see him like slowly change his mind on things, but he still has that steel resolve no matter what. So yeah, that's my pick for Gregor. And yes, I have been looking down because I would forget the list. Next up, we have Marneus Calgar. This one was kind of easy. Ron Perlman. That's my pick for Calgar. He's an old weathered soldier, but can carry, that level of authority to him. And Ron Perlman, I think, captures that. That one was pretty easy, like right out the gate for Calgar. Next up, we have Cato Sicarius. So Cato was a little tougher, but I chose, and this one's going to be kind of a wild card pick. But my pick for Cato Sicarius is Pedro Pascal, because Cato, again, the memes have ruined the character, and not to say they're not funny, but like memes have ruined some characters. Let's all admit. But the reason why I picked Pedro Pascal for Cato is because Cato is, yes, he's reckless, he's brash, he also doesn't think before he acts, but that's in the earlier books. You see throughout the series, he grows and tempers himself. And Pascal is great at those kind of characters of not just I'm not talking like Mandalorian, I'm talking like when he played Martell, when he played one of the Oberon Martell in Game of Thrones, this kind of reckless character, but when it was nut up and shut up moment, he was like, yeah, I'm in. So I think he would not only capture the boldness and brashness of Cato, but also just those moments of oh, I fucked up kind of moments. So that's my pick. So Pascal's my pick for Kato. Next up, Commissar Sebastian Yarrick. And this one was another easy one for me. That is Stephen Lang, because like Yarrick is the definition of old man country strength, and Lang represents that to a whole. So my pick for Yarrick is Stephen Lang. He has that aged soldier complexion to him. He also has that weathered mentality, and also I may be in my pushing however goddamn old you can be in Warhammer, but even the Black Templars will go, damn, you're good. So yeah, there's mine. Next up, Dante. Dante was a little difficult, but then I thought, you know what? There's one actor I think could really work for Dante, and that is Orlando Bloom. Orlando Bloom, he's older. He's almost 50 now, but you need someone who can convey that kind of weathered. Also, the Blood Angels themselves are very beautiful in their own right. So you need someone who's handsome but also weathered, and Bloom is really good at it. I also think that Bloom would really capture just kind of the weight of being 10,000 years old, of being one of the oldest living Space Marines, and also that desire to want to die and be reunited with Sanguinius. So Bloom was originally my pick for Sanguinius until Charlie Hunnam made more sense, and then I thought, no, Bloom should be Dante. Anyway, there's my pick for Dante. Next up, Lilith Hesperex. Lilith Hesperex was a little tougher, and the pick I had was okay, I can see it. I think this would work. And that is Zoe Zeldana. Gamora, blue chick from Avatar. The reason why I picked Zoe Zeldana as my cast for Lilith Hesperex is because she's damn good at conveying how ferocious. I think she'd be great at conveying how good Lilith is at not only physicality, but also that level of just absolute brutality and fierceness. Imagine Psycho Gamora. That's the best way to describe Lilith, is Psycho Gamora. So why not? So it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Next up, Huron Blackheart. Huron Blackheart was another tough one, but then I thought, no, this guy would be perfect, after giving it a lot of thought. And that is Ben Mendelsohn, Orson Krennic himself. Blackheart is he's tactical, arrogant, and doesn't give a shit how he wins. And that's kind of what Krennic is the character. So I thought, yeah, Mendelsohn would actually be really good at playing Huron Blackheart. I think he could convey Blackheart's just the arrogance, the brutality, just the I'm better than the Emperor, all that good shit. Yeah. Finally, Abaddon the Despoiler. This one was kind of easy, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, I know, basic bitch answer, but Cumberbatch is good at playing villains. And also, if we get a Horus Heresy show, I would love to see Cumberbatch and Fassbender play off of each other. I don't think they have. Maybe they have in a movie, I just never saw it. But yeah, I think he would be great at just saying, talking to the ruinous powers and whatnot. And again, you need someone who can be scary. You just need a scary actor, and Cumberbatch nails it. So there you go, guys. That is the part 2 of this list. You guys tell me in the comments below what you guys think of it, and let me know in the comments below who would you cast for these characters. Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.